Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Jamil. So let's see where market can move and how we can plan for tomorrow. First, we're going to see weekly chart, then daily, then 15 minute. Let's start with weekly chart first. Last week we discussed on here 13,250 can be the resistance level for the market, and for me 13,000 and 13,250 for the range for this week also. And remember, market, as you can see, continuously 4 to 5 weeks market continuously going on upside. Not so many player after seeing this market they start dreaming that maybe they are start dreaming that next week we are also going to see this kind of momentum continuously. It is going to be make a green candle again and again. But don't do this mistake. Remember, if it is resistance as support for the first time market going to be hit, it need to be respect means after hitting his resistance level, it need to be couple of weeks for the sideways. Then the moment it will be breakout, then we can planning to buy, and this market can become positive after that. And a second scenario, after continuously buying, it can become also retrace for 30%, 40%, even 50%. The moment it will going to be travel by making green candle on daily chart, this is the place where we have to buy with full quantity. And the moment it will break the high, generally fresh buyer entering the market, and this kind of momentum generally makes a very big upside momentum in future. But right now it's kind of like market need to be rest on here almost 1 2 3 4 almost 5 weeks market travel almost 1,700 800 point market almost travel. So buyer, if buyer book the profit, then don't not market is going to become sideways on here, or either market can be retest on here. So both the scenario for me, market is, I'm not going to be planned for big momentum anymore for the next week. So let's see how market is move. For me, markets need to be pause on here, pause, or it can be retest. So let's check a daily chart to understand which side exactly market can travel. On a daily chart, almost 7 to 8 weeks, as you can see, continuously market making green candle. That means aggressively buying happening on here. And right now we can see 13,300 right now for the resistance for the market, and somewhere like closing 13,200. Remember, if you remember, hit the like button. Last Friday we discussed, if buyer is strong, no doubt they need a candle closing above 13,400 500 level, above candle closing. If these things happen, then we can understand, yes, it's a buyer market aggressively buying, and next week we can also planning for the buy also. But things are not happen on here. Market closed near on 13,200, because if you see the previous time what happened on here, this is the place buyer was too much confused that either it will be breakout or not. That's why it was confusing area. The moment it's a breakdown completely, it is the going to, this is the place will going to be the for the seller. If Friday market able to close above 13,500 400 above, then it can become positive. But right now it's closing somewhere like 13,200 right now on here. So chances are very high, if it is gap down opening, chances are very it can become aggressively selling on here. Remember, gap down opening, it slightly gap down or flat, it can become aggressively selling on here. So market is continuously going upside. Remember one point, market cannot be travel in one direction only, because Nasdaq is a weightage of 100 stock, and those stocks have expiry, have volatility, and also have interest, also dividend. Many of the things that depends on the stock. So market cannot move in one direction. It need to be retraced, it need to be sideways, then it can become positive, or it can become continuously going on upside on here. So right now market can become pause on here. So let's take the 15-minute time frame to understand exactly how we can plan for intraday. Right now market is closing near on 13,200 and something, and suppose how we can plan for tomorrow. If I draw the line on here, it's a trend line, and previous time market able to close trend line also on it. That means buy are huge aggressively on here. Suppose on Monday morning, if market open gap up, this is the place where you have to be focused on. If anything gap up opening, we are going to put the line on here, which is 13,000 fresh area, 13,000 above any 15-minute candle closing only we are going to planning to buy on here. Below 13,000 anything going 13,300 above 15-minute green candle closing we can plan to buy on here. Below 13,300 anything, don't plan any trade, because this is the place we are going to be volatile. Let me draw the line. 13,300 and 13,200 can be the volatile range, completely confusing area. We are not going to be plan anything in between this range. So remember, if gap up opening, we are going to be wait for a couple of minutes or even first half to to let the market volatile on here. Any candle 50 minutes successfully closing above 30,300 only we are planning to buy. Don't plan buying up below 13,300 again. Suppose if market unfortunately open slightly gap up and start to closing 13,150. Remember 13,150 can be the last hope for the buyer. If any 50-minute candle closing below 13,350, we can see a selling pressure also on here. And our if 13,150, if any candle closing, our first target will going to be 13,000 round level, because this level also tested previous time, so it will not going to be effect much sharp selling. It can be pullback and again can be contraction selling. So 13,000 going to be first target. After 13,150 50-minute candle closing, this is what we plan generally on selling side. If anything gap down opening, then no doubt it will going to be volatile market. Then we will going to be wait to see which side market is making. We are going to see only price action. If price action, suppose after gap down opening market start making price action on the down price action on selling side, then we can plan to sell on here. And if because 13,000 is a big round level number, so market can gap down opening, it can become volatile on here, so directional not going to be clear, better we will going to be wait. So good trade, fresh trade will going to be great. After slightly gap down 13,150, immediately we are going to sell and we are going to hold the market. We are going to see this how 13,000 round is going to be react. If it is not strong, if market start to spend in the time, chances by it can be breakdown in future. But as an intraday trader, our target is going to be 30 to 35 point going to be stop loss and 1:2 going to be our target. This is what we plan for tomorrow. I hope you understand this point, friend. This is the view for the Nasdaq for tomorrow. So let's take the S&P 500. How we can plan to take a trade for tomorrow. S&P 500 compared to the Nasdaq is more strong on here. Sharp buying, sharp selling, gain buying, and continuously market trying to become upshift on here. Notice if you can see that buyer are making higher high on here, that means buyer are aggressively on here. So we are going to be planning for buy 4,160, because previous time also you can see that buyer trying to close above 4,160 but not able to do. That means selling pressure are start building on here, though you can see it's a positive momentum on here. But somewhere like if I zoom out the chart on here, you can see very interesting point that almost as you can see on here, almost buyer was 4 to 5 days. It's the first day buyer try to break out upside, gap down, again buyer try, again gap down, again buyer try again. That means almost 4 to 5 days buyer trying to take the market on higher side but not able to sustain on higher side. That means somewhere like seller continuously adding on here. So if as you can see 4,100 is a fresh level. If suppose in future I'm not talking about tomorrow, if suppose in future if any market able to close below 4,150, we can see aggressively down selling here also on S&P 500. So it's a future thing. So let's see how we can plan for tomorrow. After opening flat, we are not going to be trade anything. We are going to be wait 4,160 any 50-minute candle closing. Then we are going to plan for the buying on here only. So for the selling 4,130 any 50-minute candle closing, we are going to short only, because this is the last hope as we saw on Nasdaq. First thing, remember, whenever market on uptrend, first swing will going to be the most important. If first swing breakdown, it's a sign of warning that sellers are continuously adding and aggressively short the market, and also we can plan to sell with the seller, so we can get the momentum in fast after that. So I hope you understand this point, friends. If anything gap down opening, we are going to be wait, we are not going to be aggressive, because after gap down opening it can become upside or it can become downside. So chances are very high both side market can travel after gap down. So we are going to see only price on which side market is breakout or breakdown. Based on the price action, we are going to take a trade. I hope you understand all of this point, friends. Let's take the stock. Which stock we can plan to take a trade for tomorrow? First stock will going to be a PayPal. As we can see, almost gap up after gap up, market not able to sustain. Slow and steady market coming down for selling. And right now it's almost look like inverted hammer candle. How we can plan? As soon as after opening flat, as soon as it break 95, as soon as it break 95. $1 going to be stop loss, 1:2 going to be target. It look like this gap can be filled easily. So let's see how market is going to react. But remember, market need to be open flat. 96 can be good to go. 96 after opening even flat 96. As soon as it break 95, immediately we are going to short. $1 going to be stop loss, 1 is going to be a target. If more than 97, 98, then ignore the stock, because after gap up it can become also positive also. But we are looking for selling, so we will only for selling after flat. This is the first stock. Second stock is Amazon. If you remember last time also on here we are planning to sell on here, but gap up opening is continuously going on upside. Sorry, I think this is a place where also we can plan to sell. Somewhere like we are planning to short on here, but our level didn't come on that day, so we are not going to be able to sell on here. So right now, as you can see, market interesting area right now is trading, and though it's a positive candle, but the formation is a inverted hammer candle. No doubt it's a red candle. If you go and fit me chart pattern, as you can see that continuously market making lower low on here. So chances are very high after opening flat we can see a selling pressure on here. Price will going to be 140. As soon as we break 140, immediately we are going to short on here, and $2 going to stop, 1 is going to be a target. If this swing 140 breakdown, we can see a very good sharp selling on here. So I would like to request you to put this stock on your watch list to see how this gap market can be feel, or how market can going to be react on here. So this is the second stock. Last stock will going to be the Tesla. It's also for selling side. As you can see, sharp buying, first retracement. The moment you're going to be breakout, immediately breakout fell on here. So it's look like perfect M pattern. M pattern, no doubt, it's a sign of reversal sign. Previous time it's a positive market. The moment it's a M pattern, we are going to treat it as a negative market. So after opening flat, as soon as it break 800. Let me see the range, 860. As soon as it break this low after opening flat, as soon as it break this swing, which is 860, immediately we are going to short on here, and $4 to $5 going to establish, honestly going to be our target. And if this swing going to break down, chances are very high within couple of days we can see that 800 rounded market can retest this level also. So I hope you understand all of this point, friends. If you understand, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.